Hi lovelies, I am back with another video, and this one's going to be about showing appreciation to one of my great friends that I've known since before my daughter was born, actually. And my daughter's 7 now. Her name is Yesenia, and we actually met at work years ago, like I said. And so I basically just want to talk to you guys about her and like what she means to me, right? And I might throw some stories in there, here and there. So we could start off by talking about how that woman is a kind-hearted woman, right? And you guys gotta excuse me, okay? I'm nervous, and I shouldn't be, right? Because usually, like, I show you guys when I'm doing off top, right? Man, piece of cake. But right now that I have it on paper, I'm like, oh my god, now I have to read and then tell you guys. Because I actually did, first I wrote down a bunch of ideas on a whiteboard, right? And then I threw it on a document to kind of break it down and give more detail of it. So it's almost like a presentation, maybe. That's why it's like nerve-wracking. So bear with me, okay? Hang in there for me. But I also wanted to tell you guys about my hat, because actually she and I got these hats, matching hats. I don't know. It's usually me that I'll be like, hey, you want to get a hat or shoes to match, right? And there was a time when I actually did that with a few friends that I was like, hey, you want to get matching shoes, right? And it was a thing that I don't know where that damn idea came from, but to me it symbolized like if we had matching shoes, obviously when we're not around each other, me wearing those shoes felt like they were around. So that's what, this hat symbolizes. And she actually gave me this shirt. You guys have seen this shirt, all right? I love this shirt. Ladies first. See? Yeah. And so I wanted to bring that up because that's why I'm wearing it, to symbolize her, because I'm talking about her. Yay. And so yeah, she's a very, like, from the moment I met her, okay, I'm gonna have to do freestyle and then I'll look over and like if I need help, and I'll just tell you guys about her, right? So she came in and she was actually new to where I was already working, because our company got bought out, right? So she was transferred from somewhere, and she was a lead at the time and I was a processing clerk. And she was just so nice from the very beginning, very soft spoken and like helpful, or if she needed help with something, she would come over and ask for help. But those are like the traits that I admire about her, is that she's always willing to help others, when she sees that they are struggling or whatever. But she's also very humble to where it's like, hey, I need help with this really quick. Can you help me? Oh, you know what? I wanted to put music for you guys too, because I know y'all probably get bored because I talk. So at least you'll have music in the background. But also, you don't want to have it too loud because then you can't hear me. And then what's the point of even me being here if y'all want to listen to the music? So I have to find a good balance. So let me know if it's okay at this volume, if you guys can even hear it. But so yeah, that's how we met. And then I ended up, like, shortly after I met her, just a sequence of events, okay? I was pregnant, and during my pregnancy, there was a lot of hardship that I was going through with my daughter's dad, and I think that has to do with age difference, okay? We are 3 years apart, but you know how that is. Like us, we mature faster and all that good stuff, right? So they tend to kind of just take longer to mature, or to see like, hey, you know what, it's time to grow up. And we want different things in life at different ages, right? So that's why I was going through so much, because he was on one channel and I was over here like, pregnant, dude, get together, you know? But Yesenia was always the one to tell me everything's gonna be okay, you know? No matter what, like, your daughter's gonna have you and him, if you guys are together or not. But when I was pregnant, I was like so determined, you know, to focus on keeping my family together and like just pushing through, you know, like he's gonna grow out of this, whatever, you know. But she always gave such amazing advice, you guys, that I couldn't have made it without her, honestly. Because obviously my mom, she would just been like, kick him to the curb, lose contact with him, because that's her style, you know. And Yesenia is actually a mom of 3 beautiful girls that are such gorgeous young ladies. And so she, you know, has a history of her own with her baby daddy. And so because of that is why she was a huge help to me. And so I appreciate her so much for that. What else? And she's so playful. Like, she's so funny. Because like I said, I was going through so much during my pregnancy, and she just always knew how to cheer me up. And I don't know, I wish I could describe like instances, because I could think back to them and they're funny, because it'd be like the most simplest things and it would just be so funny, because she could be so dorky, you know. It could, like I said, it could be something so simple. I can't think of an example right now though. Oh, recently we were texting about something, but I'm also so playful with her, so we just bring it out in each other, you know. And so that's the kind-hearted. The generous, basically the same thing about how I was telling you guys, that she's just so, it comes natural to her to help others and offer a word of advice, or like if people are like searching for something and she knows about it, she's like, oh yeah, you should go here, try this out, you know, they have these really good deals over here. And like, she's so attentive to people, you know, and that's so admiring of her. And yeah, she's super understanding and caring. And like, it's often that people find it so easy to judge others, right, when they're going through whatever they're going through. And so she was never the type to pass judgment of whatever I was going through. And that's why it made it so easy for me to come to her and tell her everything, you know. And she was just so helpful during those times. Even now, like a few days ago, I was like, sister, because I call her sister, this is what's going on. Like, I don't know what to do. Can you help me? And so she, right away, you know, she's like, you need to do this and that because of this and that. And she just makes everything so much easier for me. Because, like, I don't know if you guys know this, but I only have brothers. So I didn't grow up with sisters. And so she really is a huge help in that aspect. Because, I mean, brothers can help us, right? They have their points of views and, like, but they don't function like us, alright? So it's always good to have that female perspective that's closer to our age, okay? Because, yeah, I get it. I could go to my mom, but that woman and her opinions can be kind of rough sometimes, because she's so, what's the word? Like, boxed. Like, she only sees what she wants to, right? And doesn't want to see, oh Lord, doesn't want to see outside of what she sees. And so with Yesenia, like, she looks at the overview of things, you know, and it's amazing. And she's taught me so much. Like, the fact that I grew up, right, with a mom that's super prideful, like, to her core. And so growing up with being wired like that, like, you know what, you have to be prideful at all times. Like Yesenia taught me, like, no, it's okay to drop your pride. Like, sometimes your pride can get in the way of an opportunity that can be an amazing opportunity, but because you want to be prideful, you're depriving yourself of that, you know? And so that was also a huge thing that she taught me, that, yeah, we don't always have to be prideful. There's certain instances, of course, right? But not all the time, especially in relationships. It could be so hard for some people to drop their pride in a relationship because they're so used to being prideful, you know? And so, thank you for that, sis. That was a huge help for me because I didn't know how to do that. That was all new to me. But because she did it so easily, it became, you know, more and more natural to me as well. And what else? Let me see what else I got here in my notes. So she is an independent single mama, and that's also something that we need to shed light on. Like, we should be empowering one another, you know? Because I feel like there's so many cases, okay, that people, females, or no, people in general, men or women, that stay in situations, aka relationships, okay, because they feel like they can't do it on their own. And it's like, you would choose to be miserable than to try to do it on your own. And I get it that people have been dependent of someone else for so long that hell yeah, that's scary. You know, to think, oh damn, can I really do it? You know, but Yesenia was always, yes, you got it, no matter what happens. Like, and we'll always have each other, and, you know, no matter what. And I remember there was she said she had a dream one time about us living together. And I thought, oh my God, how beautiful that would be, you know? Because she has her 3 girls, and then I have my daughter, so it would be a house full of, what do we have? Estrogen. But yeah, that was such a nice dream that she had, because she was like, yeah, we were, you know, doing laundry together and like cooking, and I was like, dang. And this was before I moved out, mind you, right? So that was nice to look forward to, like something like hopeful, you know? But anywho, that was something she had told me. And I was like, yeah, that'd be really cool, you know? Because she was actually going through tough times herself, to where she was like not sure if things would go as planned, stuff like that, right? But yeah, and then I love her relationship with her daughters, because she's so down to earth with them, and she can level with them, you know, but also be very stern, to where the girls know, hey, I'm not playing around, I'm serious. But then the girls are so comfortable enough to say, you know, whatever they're thinking, whatever new trends they have going, and stuff like that. Hi, baby. I'm recording, okay? I'll be right out. And so, and they are all like they're all like Yesenia, right? All her daughters are like her, but in different styles. So it's so interesting to see how different they are. So I wrote down, her oldest is the shy side of her mom, because Yesenia could be shy certain moments, right? But once you get to know her, she's super outgoing and dorky and can talk for days, which is a huge reason why I feel like we clicked, because I could talk for days too, if you didn't know. And so, about anything, you know, it could be literally about nothing, and we're having the time of our life. And so her middle child is very playful and adventures. So more of like the tomboy side of Yesenia, which I also found so intriguing because I used to relate myself as a tomboy because of how I was always around my brothers, you know? Like for me, my mom would buy me Barbies, right, when I was young, but no one wanted to play. So then we ended up getting like Hot Wheels and like stuff that they actually did want to interact with me. So that's why. I don't know. Or be outside running around. And then her youngest daughter, which has the same name as my daughter, which is pretty funny. She's a super fashionista. And man, my sister has style, so that's what I'm saying. Like they're all each like her. And she's the tallest out of the three. But anywho, so that was the independent mama part of my speech here. And my sister's really strong-minded. I admire her in her career and in relationships, and I admire who she is to her daughters, like I told you guys. Super patient with them and just so level-headed when it comes to how she's raising them. Which is basically what I was just telling you guys about, how, like, she's so understanding, like, because obviously our kids are into all kinds of different things that we never even heard of, right? And so she's like, oh, tell me about it, you know, so that she kind of gets in on what her child's into. And, because the stuff we're into, our kids don't want to be into, you know? Completely different things now. It's crazy. And so she is obviously an amazing friend. She truly is someone I know I can lean on at any given time, no matter the circumstances. And like I was telling you guys, that her advice is always in my best interest, which is honestly hard to find right now because people are so malicious these days. They are so, like, if they're not getting anything out of it, they aren't going to be a part of it type stuff, you know? And Yesenia's never been like that, like, because she knows my circumstances too. And how I don't really have female friends. Like, it's literally the smallest circle of female friends that I have. But I didn't even have them till, like, after high school, you know, when usually females have girlfriends since they're, like, in elementary school, you know, and they've known them for that long. And I didn't have that. So now I'm gonna get into what she obviously means to me. So she's a huge support system. So back to the career thing real quick, right? She actually, and I think I wrote that on here too, she actually got me the job where I'm at right now. And I couldn't be more grateful. And, like, I think about her when times get tough, right? To where we don't want to think about anything, and we want to go ham and we want to go off, right? But I think of her, and, like, she honestly did a huge solid for me. Like, I wouldn't be in my own spot if it wasn't for her getting me this job and me being where I'm at financially, you know? And so I always try to show my gratitude and tell her how much I appreciate her and I thank her. I think it was for her birthday, was it last year, that I ended up finding this beautiful ring. I'll try to post it. It was pink and very girly, like her style, right? And, you know, I gave her that for her birthday. And because she loves jewelry. I love jewelry too. And so we have that in common. Believe it or not, I just had deja vu in front of y'all. That's wild. Like, I dreamt of saying that. That's crazy. That means I'm in the right place, right? Come on now. I'm doing the right thing. I'm on the right track. I gotta keep reminding myself, okay? Because that's something else that I wanted to share with you guys, is that when you guys see that I'm MIA, it's not just because life's going on, but it's also me being too hard on myself to where I'm doubting what I'm doing when I shouldn't. I should just go full force and stop putting myself down, you know? I really need to just commit and go for it, but it's just hard sometimes, you know? Because like I tell myself, I already know that I'm not going to be mainstream, right? But I've told myself this time around, it's like, Yvette, you already have an audience. People are already waiting for your content, so you need to focus on them. They are already there waiting. And that's who I should give my all to, you know? And so hopefully with that, I'll stop doubting myself and putting myself down. Like, not that nobody's gonna watch me, but it's just, I don't know. I gotta stop it, right? Because you guys are already here, already involved, already anticipating and waiting for my next video. And so I truly appreciate you guys, and I will honestly work harder in providing more content for you guys. But my thing is, like, everything I put out is because it means something to me, right? I'm not gonna just give you guys garbage. I can't. Nor will I sit there and, because they're doing it and they're doing really good, I'm gonna go do that. You know, I don't know. But that's the norm in the whole social media. What happened to my music? In the social media game is like, you are doing what everyone else is doing, but your version, right? And I get that. But like, for me, my creativity is more so stuff that you guys will find useful for years to come. Something that will give you a bigger perspective of things to where it'll benefit you. So my thing is like self-improvement and self-healing and just doing for you, right? And I feel like we don't have enough of that. And so that's why I've just zeroed in on trying to provide that for you guys. And I hope you guys see that, because I'm really trying out here, okay? I'm really trying. So she helped, yeah, like I told you guys, she did help me find that job, and that was major, because I went in company at this place when usually people go months to years with the company as through the agency. And so it's a huge solid she did for me, and I don't take it for granted, right? And I show her that I appreciate everything she's done for me. She also taught me to value life itself and those in our lives, because no one is eternal. She experienced loss early on in her life, so she taught me how grateful I need to be for having my mother in my life. So her mother passed away at a young age, and so when I'll tell her about like little bickering fights or whatever that I have with my mom, she's like, but you have her. Like, you need to just enjoy her, value the fact that you can hug her, you know, and have a conversation with her, even if it is bickering. Like, so she's truly gave me, you know, a bigger overview of like, hey, you know what, she's absolutely right, because we are not on this earth forever, and we do have to value those around us. And I feel like that's something that I've passed on to my nieces and nephews, that I'll sit there and tell them, you know, no matter what happens, if you guys are not on good terms or whatever with your parents, you love them anyway, you know, because you have to value each and every moment with them, because they're not going to be with us forever. So just suck it up. It's just a small argument or whatever. It's not worth you being upset for the rest of your life or for very long, you know. So that's the rundown on Yesenia and how happy she makes me and how she makes a huge difference in my life. I'm totally dedicating this video to you, my sister, and I thank you so much for being there for me through everything, through the thick and thin. And I pray that the Lord continues to bless you with amazing things. And I'm so proud of you as well, because you holding it down. And so I admire you so much for that. And your babies have an amazing role model. You're my role model too. I truly look up to you. And yeah, that was basically it. I'm still trying to think of a dorky moment, because we're always being dorky. Oh, it was okay. So we were talking about like what we were doing, right? And then I was like, oh yeah. She was telling me she was doing laundry, and I told her, oh, that's good. That's nice to be able to do laundry in your own house and stuff like that, right? So because I said that, she was like, oh, well, you could bring your clothes over here and wash your clothes over here, And then, because I was just like messing around about how it's tough going to a laundromat. Okay, I give y'all props, because it's tough. You gotta bundle your clothes up, and if it's a lot, well, damn. And then you have to buy the detergent, carry that with you, buy the dryer sheets, carry that with you, then have tons of coins that you have to use in each machine. Then you gotta test the machine out. So she was like telling me that, inviting me over and stuff, and I was like, thanks, sister. I have a washer and dryer too. So if you ever want to come over and wash clothes over here, I'm so down. But yeah, it was funny. We have dorky moments like that. So I hope you enjoyed hearing about my sister Yesenia. And you'll be hearing more about my lady squad. So stay tuned for that, because each of them play a different role, and they mean so much to me for obviously different reasons. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this, because it was my first go at this, right, of having notes like that. Because before, remember, I had my notebook. I showed you guys my notebook. That thing is missing right now. I don't know where it's at. I gotta find it though, because I need that thing. But I upgraded to a laptop. Boom. Moving up little by little. But I'll see you guys real soon, okay? Because I know this thing's already long. Hopefully you had some snacks, something to drink during this video, and that you guys enjoyed the music in the background. If you have any tips for me, hit me up. Help your girl out. Alright? And I will talk to you guys real soon. And I hope you guys are doing amazing in mind, body, and spirit. And I will see you guys real soon. Have a great rest of your day or night, whenever you decide to watch this. Bye.